I'd like to add a little bit more to some of the positives I've already mentioned, and one of the major ones is the rapport that you can build with students. Obviously, all around the world, there's a lot of people finding the fact that they need English, and it's a very important skill to have. And the fact that a lot of people are on there knowing that you're not in their inner circle of friends, you're not in their workplace, you can kind of be an outlet for them, someone with whom they can vent their feelings and emotions and frustrations. So that really helps develop a rapport, I feel. Not that you want them to be going through any sort of hardship, but a lot of people realize that they need English, and they're trying to get out of their current frustration by getting a job promotion or maybe studying something and needing English to get into a different course or to get a visa or something like that. That brings me to the second part of this video, and I feel one of the big positives is the fact that you as a teacher have to show interest in the student, and not every conversation is going to be perfect, but you can have some really great conversations and realize that you're developing your skill in listening and trying to find where the interest lies. So it actually helps in other areas of life too, because you can focus your attention and your interest on where the real interest lies in anything, and try to bring out the best in people, as you're trying to do when you're talking to these students as well. I've found that during COVID, a lot of people, due to circumstances out of their control, were not able to go to work or go and socialize, so they couldn't see their friends or workmates. And that was a little bit like that for me at one period of time, and I thought that, like many of you probably do, you'd be quite happy to be left alone with your YouTube and Netflix. But for me, I started to realize that even if it's just half an hour a day or an hour or a couple of hours, there is no substitute for actually being able to see someone face to face. It would be better if you were actually in the room with someone, but it's nice to know that you can develop a connection with someone and you didn't even know they existed 5 minutes previous, but all of a sudden you're talking about things that are happening around the world, and that's sort of that little part of social interaction that you might have needed but not have realized that you needed so much. This fact actually helped create the next big positive, and that is that you go in to Cambly thinking that you're going to be the learning resource for the student, but in a lot of cases you find you're just gaining so much information and knowledge from people because they come from all walks of life and they're studying many different things or working in many different types of workplaces and industries. So you can add to your existing knowledge, and you can destroy preconceived ideas that you might have had about some part of the world or some industry. And the more you go on and the more people you meet, you kind of see how all interconnected we are as a global community, and there's just a great feeling of satisfaction that you're a part of it. The final thing I'll mention is that I briefly mentioned in my last video that a lot of people love Australia and want to learn about my country, but I love to travel, and if you're doing this, you might be thinking about being a digital nomad. And the great thing about meeting all of these students from around the world is you get information that's not in the travel guides. You can find out about hidden gems or personal favorites that people like that you wouldn't have otherwise found out about. So it's kind of like an interactive travel guide in a way. And you can always poke and prod and ask the students for extra information about their local place, and they're probably very excited to tell you about it as well. So that's another fascinating and interesting aspect to working with Cambly, and I hope you can discover many more positive aspects about working with the company. If you'd like to join up, I would love it if you could use my referral code so I can get a little bit of a kickback. And of course, as I mentioned in my last video, you also get your unique referral link that other teachers can use, and you'll get a kickback when they've earned or taught over a certain number of hours. Thanks so much again for your time, and good luck on Cambly, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.